everybody.
Hi everyone.
Welcome to Twinset and Purl's Knitting Podcast, episode 52.
Is it? Yeah.
I think it is 52.
I didn't check before we
Yeah.
came on.
Yeah, because we had 50, we did a giveaway, and then we've given the giveaway.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Cool.
Good thinking, Jo.
So,
As you can
today,
see,
so I'm Jo,
I'm Rachel.
and we are Twinset and Purl. We design knitting patterns and podcast together.
Yeah.
We're twin sisters, and today we're on location. I feel like we're channeling the Knitty Stew today
Right.
because we're podcasting from a hotel room.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Premier Inn with the lovely orange and purple pictures in the background, purple wall. I feel like I blend.
Yes, you do. And I'm
in my FO.
I feel like I'm glowing heavily. So it's a bit warm.
Yeah, you look glowier on the camera than you do in the reels.
It's a lot. It's not that like doing any difference, could it?
Well, just turn it off and see. Maybe a little bit.
Bit of a strange colour.
Yeah, the wind. There's a lot of sun coming through the window.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what-
I actually feel better. That makes me feel less
yeah.
jaundiced.
So we've got regular podcasts today. We've got FOs, whips,
Crochet
lots of whips,
Crochet corner,
crochet corner,
and a few other little things, gems that Jo's.
some acquisitions. Acquisitions. I bought some patterns as well that I wanted
Yeah,
to
you want to talk about?
meant to talk about it last time, but completely
We didn't have time.
lost track.
And we'll try not to. Let me put the coffee on the floor. Try not to jog there.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like my glasses are really dirty.
See? Oh, my glasses are over there, so let's hope we don't have to look at anything.
Right.
Excuse me.
So, shall we start with? Let's tell you where we are first. So we're in a hotel. We've come to Kent to see some friends.
Our friends from the knitting hotel that we stayed with at Wonderwall.
What year was
Did we podcast at Wonderwall? When we got back?
when we got back? What year did we go to? 2021. We went to a knitting hotel.
The end of 2021.
We did a course together learning how to dye yarn, and met these lovely ladies.
Yeah, we've been going to yarn shows and things ever
Yeah.
since, but this is different because
This is where they live, and we've come over to see them. We did go to a yarn shop yesterday, and I made a few little purchases. Rachel did.
we met some friends, made some friends.
Yeah, and but this is about just getting together to knit and chat and catch up and all those lovely things. One of our friends has a boat, and tomorrow we're going out on the river through some locks. Just to have a day out. I think there's a river festival on, isn't there?
There
it part
is.
of that? Or is it?
No, we're just going on the boat.
Right. Okie dokie. It's going to be fun.
I think they can't go today because of the festival.
Oh, right.
So we're going tomorrow.
Watch is telling me lots of things at once. Right. So start with what I'm wearing.
Your FO.
My FO. So this is the Celeste tee by Sari Norland. And last episode I was just knitting the body, and I had 2 skeins of King Cole bamboo cotton in a 4-ply fingering weight. The pattern is DK, but I just knit. I know the numbers that I need before I split the sleeves in a fingering weight pattern.
And you were going to be a size 3, I think, and you need a size 6.
Yeah, I normally would have been a size 3.
Sorry about that, a little technical issue. We're going to fit them together, those 2 bits of the video, but Jo will just continue talking about her FO.
Yeah, so I was going to say, in a DK pattern I would have been a size 3 or 4, and this one I knit a size 6, although I did omit the last round of increases, so it could have been a size 5, but if I'd done that I might have had a little bit more length to it. It's fairly cropped. It works kind of with these jeans because they're quite high-waisted, but anyway, I love it. I love the colour, the pattern. I really enjoyed the pattern. I really enjoyed the pattern, and I'm definitely going to knit another one. I think I'm going to knit one in wool
Nice.
for the winter, but in a dark colour. I think we just agreed figgy,
Yeah.
because I was thinking about doing black. But
Yeah.
sorry about the. Sorry if I've got glare on my glasses. A bit
I think you can
closer.
see my anemic chin. Anyway. Sorry. Carry on.
So yeah, so this is all I've wanted to knit on for the last couple of weeks. Worn it a couple of times. Absolutely love it.
Great.
Really love this yarn. I'm so just gutted that they've discontinued it.
Did I find something similar?
Yeah, it's just the bamboo makes it so like not hurt your hands when you're knitting it. I have bought some. One of my acquisitions is some cotton, so maybe we can make
try
a
that and see.
comparison. But yeah, really like it.
Cool. I have 2 FOs, which are just 2 pairs of socks, and we didn't bring a blocker because one more thing to bring. So I've just finished 2 pairs that I showed last week. So last week I'd done 1 and a bit. Now I've got 2. This is the Winged Sea colourway from Moonlight Fibre, and it's lovely. So just vanilla, and then I finished my dad's ginormous. And this is my first time knitting with the Yarnsmith for socks, and I'm interested to see how long it lasts for him.
It's soft.
It is soft, yeah. So this is the colourways Pumpkin and Spearmint. I just did and I've got enough yarn left over to knit him another pair. I've got quite a lot of, obviously, pumpkin. I was thinking about doing stripes of pumpkin, but with heels and the same, and just do stripes of spearmint all the way through, and which would probably be about the same amount of yarn as doing heels and toes and cuffs, so it might work.
I've got no idea.
That's
I'm looking at you really vacantly, like I really don't know what you're talking about.
That's my plan, is to not to knit the same, but in the other colourway, other way round.
Yeah,
Do something different.
yeah.
But it might not be. I'm going to knit him some self-striping ones next, so it's just easy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I've got another whip actually. So I was knitting 3 pairs of socks. So I've got one more. They're in the other bag. But yeah, that's my FOs.
Cool.
So I think the Yarnsmith yarn is still on offer, and I got a whip at home that I didn't bring. That is a shawl, and I'm knitting that in Yarnsmith, and it's lovely for that. So have a look on Woolwarehouse. We're not
sponsored by
them,
Yarnsmith yarn, but
yeah, everyone. Well, lots of people are
I've
trying
bought
it.
some. I've bought the spearmint and
Something else.
parchment or linen.
Nice.
I want to knit a stripy jumper
Yeah, lovely.
with it.
Yeah, so it's very nice, very nice yarn, and we'll see how it wears.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, are men harder than socks on socks than women?
I think different people are.
He doesn't walk around just in his socks.
No.
He's always got slippers on or shoes, so that means less wear, because people walk around.
Does it? I thought it wore against your shoe.
Well, it does maybe, but I think people get holes on the bottom.
Oh right, when they walk around just with socks on.
Depends what floors
Well,
you've
that's
got,
what I
doesn't it?
do, and I always thought I didn't wear them very much. But
If you've got got
wooden floors.
or carpet floors everywhere, you're going to be Anyway, debate for another day.
We can ask him. I'm sure he'll be
Yeah.
happy to do some research and tell you.
Because also, but
You know how much he likes to.
could critique my socks, but the that Katia Marina that he likes, that's really soft as well. So, and he wears those ones all the time.
Yeah. Because like the Reggie sock and the Opal sock seem quite rustic in comparison to that.
And when you knit with them after you've knitted with that,
it feels like you're knitting with
string
hemp or something.
Yeah. Should we carry on with socks? You're gonna.
I've got one sock whip.
Yeah.
You'll all be very pleased to hear that I have made some progress on my college.
She started doing 30 minutes of knitting.
I put that at the bottom every time and it works its way up to the
Oh,
top.
it wants to be seen, obviously.
So this is my second Colin sock.
The right one or the left one?
The second one, which is the second one in the pattern?
The right one, I think. No, the left one.
The left one. It's that way. The two.
Yeah, left. You haven't done a repeat yet, have you?
No. I've done one repeat of the pattern. And the yarn is beautiful, and
show them the other one just in case
I'm really
they haven't
liking
seen it.
And I use flexi flips, these 3 little needles, to knit my pattern socks. When I do a I just do a vanilla, I do knit it on a small circular. But this is Colin.
Lovely.
And I love this yarn. This colourway in particular, and I disagree with the name. It's maple.
What's the brand?
And I like it. I think it should be honey. The brand is Azalea.
Is it easy to get?
I don't know. I was given it.
I know you were.
Azalea MCN. And it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Very special pair of socks. Yeah, so that's just doing. I haven't done 30 minutes the last couple of days, but most days in the week I do 30 minutes before I get out of bed. And
that's how you get things
that's
done.
how you get things done. Yes. Oh. Are all your whip socks? No.
No. I've got one new knitted sock and one to talk about in Crochet Corner. So I'm knitting with yarn. This is what Yarnsmith looks like when if you haven't seen it. This is a dusty mauve colourway, which is shade.
Do you like that
2K332. I like it when I pull it from the centre. I don't like it when I pull it from the outside. And to be fair, this one had the end poking out.
Right.
So it was easy.
Yeah.
But the other two didn't.
To find the end
Yeah,
in that
so
long.
it wasn't, and so I've only just really started. It's going to look ridiculous because I've just done, and I'm in the middle of a row. So it's twisted rib, and then there's going to be a lacy section and some little cables going down the sides, and then some baubles. And next time I'll have done a bit more.
We're very interested to know your feelings about
I've
bobbles
never
on
done,
a sock.
I've never personally put bobbles on a sock before because I don't think they feel very nice in a shoe. So I'm thinking of doing the bobbles on the leg and then carrying on the lace pattern without the bobbles on the foot is my plan. But they need bobbles because these are going to be the Crescent Alpaca socks. So from Bridgerton, if you so the Cressida socks, and these bobbles look like big shoulder pad things she has creations. And yeah, so I finally bit the bullet, and but it's a beautiful colour.
Yeah, it's lovely.
And next time you're about to see more. I shouldn't have really shown it this time, but just to let you know that.
And it's a crochet bobble, isn't it?
It's a crochet bobble. You can admit the bobbles, and
you could include the bobbles on the foot if you wanted to.
Yeah, and you could put a bead where the bobble's supposed to be if you wanted to. So yeah, and I knit mine socks on Chow interchangeable 9-inch circulars, not the fixed. I'm talking about our bags, so I do want to mention this one is an Eldenwood Crafts little sock bag, which is lovely. Her bags are lovely. They're so thick and perfect for sock knitting.
And mine was a Jill's bag.
Yes.
From Abingdon.
Willow's Shake
Shop. but they sell some local crafts. What else have I got? I've got a Simon. You've got a Simon?
I've got a Simon. Oh, I've got another sock. Sorry, it's really quickly.
Should have started with your sock then.
I know. Just these ones that I've done. They now need the heels. I've done both of them, and I've marked where my heels are going to be, and the heels are going to look pretty much like the toe. I might do a few more rounds, a couple of rounds before I start decreasing.
Have you still got lots left? Why didn't you do the cuff?
I didn't want the cuff in it.
Oh right, well, that's fair enough, but
that simple as that. Yeah, because that's long enough. They would have been longer
if I'd had.
Yeah.
But that's long enough.
Yeah, because that's a 60, but that's my normal leg length. And then the foot with the pretty.
Really? Thank you. I like that colour.
Yeah. So that's. But they got put in this. So I haven't worked on this Simon for a week.
I feel like you're falling off the screen.
Haven't worked on this Simon for a week, and completely forgot the socks were in there until I packed up to come. So I should have done the heels, but have not. Right. Were you doing that the last podcast? I did. I was doing that the last podcast, and that is the main body of them is Soxier.
No, that's Simon.
No.
Okay.
Soxier, and the toe is the little bit left over from the Mondim that Ruth gave me, that you also knitted with. So all that information will be in the.
We love that Mondim yarn.
We do. All that information will be in the box.
Yeah.
Below.
Yeah. I bought another 2 balls of it in different colourways.
If you could see our setup, I think that my problem is that the table, I feel like I need to be nearer the table. The table has to be that far away for the tripod and stuff to work, and us to be able to show you stuff. Yeah, I just feel really weird because there's nothing in front of me. Right.
So I've been knitting this Simon for quite a while, and he had a bit of a break.
Yeah.
While I was doing things that needed to be finished for test, like
now you want him for your holiday,
and I want him for my holiday. So, he's knit in Katia Concept cashmere cotton. I don't think I've got the. Oh, that's the nettle yarn that must have been in the bag. I've got one of the tags. So we have to look back at what the colourways were, but one of them's 70. I don't know which one. I'm rubbish. But it's this like a pale denim blue and caramel kind of colour. And
where have you got to?
I'm knitting on a 3.75mm needle because it's sport weight yarn, so it's quite large. So what I've done is I've got to the.
You bought 3 of each, didn't you?
Yeah, I finished section 3 here.
Yep.
And then section 4 on Simon is massive. You do 48 repeats or 45 repeats or something.
Or only 4 rows.
Yeah, and this was going to make it too big. So what I did was I folded one of the sessels in half, and I measured it. And I think I'm going to have to do 26 repeats in the middle. And I'm at like 18 or 19. So I'm just carrying on with that, and then I'll start.
You're over halfway then.
I'm over halfway, and then I'll start the decreases. And this is the second ball of each, so I'm going to have some left over. Now, some people would want to carry on till they've used it all, but it is going to be so big. I had tassels on. I put tassels on one of my sessel, a summer sessel, and I think it's overkill.
Right, okay.
But yeah, I think it looks really good on the camera.
It does.
The brown shows more than...
It does, and when you look at it in real life, to me the blue shows more. But it does make the blue look grey. A bit grey.
Yeah.
Grey, doesn't it?
But I think it'd be nice for, because we're going, my husband and I, not we, the other we in my life, are going, we've got a nice long trip to California to celebrate his 50th birthday. And we're going on a coach trip. So instead of me having to do all the driving, which is what usually happens, we're going to be on a coach trip. And I think the aircon could be quite strong on the coach. So that will be quite nice for like having around your neck.
On the page.
And I'm carrying that in my little grey girl, slightly bigger than a sock sack bag, with this, which is in this beautiful flowery.
Is that a new size to her when you bought it?
I think it might have been. Yeah. But I really like the handle.
Yeah, because I've got sock ones, haven't I?
So that's really handy on an aeroplane or somewhere, train, or somewhere you've got something to hang it off. Because you can just knit out straight out of the bag.
Yeah,
very good. Like that. And then I've got little notions in this little osprey. It's just some needle stoppers and some stitch markers, and that's a really small needle tip.
Where's that?
That's the Knit Pro denim set.
Why have you got one?
I've got no idea.
You'll be looking for that one day.
Yeah. So that's my Simon. So I'm going at the end of September. So I'm just doing a few little rows on that.
So we're gonna
every now and again.
Mine has a issue, which I don't think is an issue, particularly, but Jo does, and wanted me to rip it back. But
so show them the yarn first.
Oh, so the yarn is Knitting for Olive, merino. So 100% merino. Should we do it with the bold with the labels? That one's called Rose Clay, and this one is called Dusty Aqua. And I've got 2 of each. And
it's beautiful.
It is, and I've done this much of my Simon, which is not much because I'm doing a little knit along with somebody called Chris from Belgium, who follows the podcast and us on Instagram and stuff. And so we're having a little chat as we do it. And she's also crocheting my cowl, so she stopped doing this for a while. But she's finished. So. Yes. So I don't know if you can see how easy it is to see a mistake.
Well, if you can't see it on the camera, then
and when you wear it, you fold it over. So
well, I always fold mine over.
I've literally missed 2 slip stitches, so it's 2 little pink blobs.
You've got 1 row of garter rather than
yeah. So I'm not ripping it back for that.
So you also could just
put 2,
probably sew 2 little.
Yeah, if you really wanted to.
Yeah. So if it was somewhere more obvious,
yeah,
I probably would do it. But
I might take him to do today. Yeah, so I do love him, and he's living in my redesigned, whatever number it is,
redesigned project.
Yeah,
I think it's a number 9.
Do you?
Yeah, number 10 is the.
Is yours bigger than mine?
No, mine's the number 9.
Mine looks smaller than yours.
Yours is just slightly darker.
Yeah,
which might make it look smaller. That's how these things work.
Yes, so
I've got loads crammed in mine.
You might get put in a different bag to go out for the day.
What are we doing now?
What have you got?
I've got 3 Criss-crosses.
Right.
I've been working on.
I've got Mr. Bridgerton.
I've got 3 Criss-crosses and a new cast on.
I've got that, and then I've got crochet away corner.
Right, okay. I'll do 3 Criss-crosses then.
Go on then. I'm gonna drink my coffee.
So, this design came about from this. This is the OG Criss-cross. And it's the same shape as all the others.
And it's got an amazing, the halo is just...
And it's a waffle pattern in Knits and Purls that I then put a mohair fade on the reverse stockinette sections. So that is the front, and that is the back. And it's a bit of a labour of love. I think it's beautiful.
It's worth it.
And it looks woven. It looks like you've created fabric. And because of the reversibility that I wanted in it, I have joined in my mohair on every section. So there's 2 ends for every section of mohair that has to be sewn in. And that for some people might be too much. The pattern could be knit without any mohair.
If
you picked even just in that yarn, in the plain yarn, but it could be knit without any mohair. And you will see in the next 2 that I then, as I was knitting this, Rachel's comment was it wasn't what she'd anticipated from what I'd described, so I did a second version. But before we move on to the second version, I'm just going to share the yarn, because the space yarn is beautiful, and it's from Yarn Undyed, and it's baby alpaca, 51% baby alpaca, 25% linen and 24% silk, tussa silk.
It's that's about right, slightly beigeier than...
Yeah. And it's definitely got a halo to it. There's lots of little flecky bits of linen, which I actually quite like. But I don't know. I just
like rustic yarn.
Yeah, I just really like it, and you can see there's bits of plant fibre kind of coming out around. And then this is the mohair fade. It looks like a little baggie of drugs or something, doesn't it?
Which is from Botanical Yarn.
Yeah. Via Rachel's.
Was they did
stash. There will be enough if you did want to knit yourself one, but I'm doubting no. Well, you could do one of the different.
Ones I'm thinking of.
Yeah. So those are the yarns, and that's what you get when you knit that one. And the sun's gone in, but I'm absolutely loving it. And all I do is I knit a section. It's like all of the others. There's 7 sections. I knit a section, and then I spend an evening
weaving in,
sewing ends in, and you can get on a roll, and it's actually quite cathartic. It's a bit like having to sort through your clothes and throwing some stuff away. Just, it's just part of the process. So I mean, if you really hate sewing ends in, I did try the weave in Stephen, although I don't know if I did it right, but mohair, you really need, how I sew my ends in is I use a really sharp needle. At the moment I've got a sewing needle with quite a small eye, which you could use a needle threader with, but I managed to do it. And it's got a sharp point, and then I go down maybe 4 or 5 stitches and then back up slightly different way, so you're not going to take it back out again. And then I snip it off, so you do like that. Because with the weave and Stephen, you
wrap
just
it along the stitches.
Goes along the stitches. As soon as you cut it, and it sticks out.
I also think that mohair doesn't move very much. It's not going to become unravelled.
No. But I find it's better to go down and back up than across that way. So that I'm going to give some notes in the pattern on what I suggest people do, but because you sew it in and you could carry your yarn up, but you'd have a loop on the back, and I just think it spoils it. I think that makes it so lovely.
That also makes it more flexible.
And it moves, and it'll stretch every direction. So yeah, and I'm absolutely loving that. So my plan is to get this one finished and then do the test call and finish the other two while the test's on.
Right.
So it's going to be a couple of weeks before the test.
She's having a little break, aren't
Call
you?
comes out. I've got one test knit still going till next week, and then it'll be. I want it well underway before I go on holiday.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give people quite a long
But you're
time.
not going till the end of September.
No. So the test call will probably be mid-August and will run until I get back from holiday, middle of October.
Maybe
8
end of
weeks.
October.
8 weeks.
Maybe end of October.
Give people 8 to 10 weeks to do it.
I wonder how many people are going to pick that one.
Yeah, I know. And this is being kept in my also a Redesigned Project bag. I absolutely love this bag. Smells gorgeous, and yeah, it fits in my handbag. I love it.
What's in your other one?
My other one is
No, that not
this one.
Yeah.
This is the other two
Oh, right.
Christmases.
All
this is-
three living together. No.
No. So in this, I can fit all 3 whips. Can't fit any of the spare yarn.
Right.
So this has got lots of paper and a lavender bag. Yeah. So the second one was how Rachel envisioned it. Is the light okay? And this is
Will make any difference?
maybe look a bit much subtler. You can see the odd splodges, and this is now at sections 1, 2 and 3 knit.
And
this one.
see, this isn't what I imagined either. It's much subtler. I imagined real pops of colour.
Yeah, but that's how you're going to do it.
It is.
So this is
This is lovely.
one skein of mohair, which is got more colour pops in it. It's got pops of blue, like a tealy blue, green and bright pink.
Got the friendship.
Yeah. And I try to, when I'm picking my bit,
Yeah.
not on all of them,
No.
but I try to pick a pop out, especially along the bottom where you're gonna be wearing it. And that's being knit. We're in the main colour is undyed Corriedale silk. Not Corriedale silk. It's from the Knitting Gift Shop.
Right.
And the tag is in here. It is Polwarth silk 4-ply,
Very nice.
and I think that's undyed.
Yeah.
And these two yarns, well, I think we've spoken about this before, they are the same meterage, but they feel the gauge is quite different.
I like this one.
Yeah. Little needles. Those are the denim tips. And then the third one is this criss-crossy one. So as I was knitting that, I was thinking you could do crosses with this pattern. And this is sections 1 and 2. I've done in this one. I've knit a bit on each of them since the last podcast, trying to decide which one I wanted to finish before the test, and it's the Fuji. So this is in Cherry Blossom from BotanicalYarn in their sock yarn, and no, it's not Monarda.
Oh,
it's
isn't.
Soft Azalea or something like that. Azalea Pink.
Yeah.
Mohair.
That's so soft.
and this is got 425 meters per 100 grams. So the gauge is looser on this one, slightly looser, and I think of all of them, because this is superwash and the others aren't, this might grow a bit.
So are they all on 3.5 needles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just shows you, doesn't it, what you could do. What you can do.
Amazing. Gorgeous.
And this has got a little stitch marker from Progress Keeper
Unwrapped
from
Yarn.
Unwrapped Yarn on it.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so my plan is to finish the first one,
And then pick the next one.
pick and knit the other two while people are doing the test, and then mohair's got caught in the zip.
Oh no.
And then in the pattern there will be, so the main pattern will be like this, with just the knits and purls. You can see that. And then, so there'll be a blank canvas for people to mark where they want to do it, but there will also be the 3 versions that I've done. I'm going to add as separate PDFs, so some of them, I don't know, see this one, this is the OG. Once you've got your pattern set, you don't need it for every chart. I wouldn't. So do I do every chart, or do I set them off and then let us know what you think we should do. I had a few, one lady critiquing my patterns recently on Ravelry, and she called me lazy designer. So we'll just see what we decide to do.
See what the lazy designer.
Yeah. So I mean, the test knit group, somebody's going to test knit each one. I could start them off with the first couple and then see what they think. I mean, I know that people like to knit exactly. There's a group of people who like to knit exactly the pattern.
Yeah.
And there's a group of people who like to do their own thing.
Yeah.
And it's really hard. So the option, actually, if I do all 3, and it just take longer to get the pattern out to people.
Yeah.
Because it's more work. But it's my fault for having too many.
Well, you've got the charts, isn't it? Just colour and blobs in.
Yeah.
It's not like it's.
No.
I could do that. I mean.
Yeah. Right. So that's my 3, and then I've just got my new one when you've done your one.
My new design.
Yeah. We've shown them a few times. We agreed the name on the pod, didn't we?
Yeah. So, BotanicalYarn. Just a bit.
We've not got a name, has it? This one.
It was a one.
It was for a kit.
So,
But it's beautiful. It's not traditional Sophie colour.
No. So I meant to steam him before podcasting, but I did steam this section, which is now
with her broken steamer.
It only got mid lukewarm, shall we say. So
how much did you done last time? Did you have your marker from last time?
I think I was just about there.
Oh, you hadn't joined the second. You just joined the second skein.
That's a join.
Oh right.
That's the second skein.
Oh.
So I was about there.
The yarn looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Because that's why I steamed him, and then I carried on. Yeah, so I've done all that since last time.
Wow.
So I'm just started the decreases. So I've done the middle section.
Nice.
And
it's all my colours.
Yeah, he's working out nicely.
You've got a little bit of my linen fibre on you.
I'm sure I have. Yeah, so this is Mr. Bridgerton shawl.
And you're knitting it on a size smaller, aren't you?
3.
A size 3, a 3mm. Really?
Yeah, look at my gauge.
Wow.
It looks bigger than yours on a 3.5. Yeah, so hold it up a little bit.
Oh yes, all the, not showing you the interesting
Just a
bit.
bit. Yeah, so that's the Colin edging. Yeah, it's quite subtle, but when blocked, properly blocked, it'll be really nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm just gonna, I can write the pattern now, I guess.
Yeah, so as soon as you know what you're waiting for me to send you
Yeah, because we're doing this together, because I'm literally using the Morris
numbers.
And
You've already got the chart for the.
I've already got the chart. Well, I need to change the chart a little bit because it's not.
Oh yeah, you don't need the other bits. So for the, like you do on the sock.
And he has been living in this little botanical yarn.
Which was a prototype.
Yeah, it was a prototype. It was the only one at Unravel, and I bought it. One Unravel. It's got this gold fabric.
Nice.
Floor. Of course, it's floor.
Right. So my last whip is in my Hohi sock sack, but he's not a sock. So a lady contacted us to ask if it was possible to knit the Morris but shallower, because she lives in a hot climate and she didn't want
She's also quite short, I think.
Yeah, she didn't want such a big shawl. So I gave her some suggestions. I'd thought she meant shorter when she described in her description.
Oh, that I thought she meant both actually.
Anyway, she came back and we gave her some more suggestions, and it triggered in my head. Could we do more? Put the Morris, because you said to me you could suggest that she puts the Morris pattern onto one of the Power of Three, because they're really shallow.
And then but she might need more than
one skein. So I was like, can I make a one skein Morris? And I had this beautiful yarn from BotanicalYarn, which was their Woolen Folk 2022 colourway, and this is on non-superwash. Lovely, which is my favourite. It's my favourite yarn from Sophie, I think. Not my favourite yarn. My favourite yarn from Sophie, and this is quite a different colourway for Sophie as well. So it's this kind of aubergine colour with pale aubergine with some darker aubergine and green and bits in it. And it's got my murky green, which I love. So last weekend we were up at Sophie's open studio.
Yeah, we talked about that.
No, and I cast this on in the hotel.
Yeah.
Afterwards, and I just couldn't knit on anything else. Absolutely love it. So we're just working out roughly how many repeats we would do.
We all know the lovely Morris.
Yeah. And what I've ended up doing is not doing any of section 1 in the main Morris pattern. Just a few repeats of section 2 to get this slope, and then a few less repeats of section 3, and now I'm knitting it. The middle section, the straight section,
is going to be quite long.
It's going to be quite long to get the length that's required. So basically that's about this bit to here is 20 grams. So I'm going to carry on knitting this middle section until I've got
20 grams left.
20-ish, 22 maybe, give myself a little bit more left, and then just do reverse what I did on that end. Now I'm not planning to add this to the pattern, but I guess it could be a footnote or something. But I really like it. Don't see what actually, can I just add it to the pattern?
You could, but you could, I don't know.
Number of repeats and whatever. But yeah.
And you'd wear it like you do the Power 3.
Yeah. So I'd somehow, when I was winding the yarn, either it was already cut or I cut it, but I ended up with a 50 gram and a 58 gram ball. So this
The middle isn't quite the middle.
No, but I joined, that's where I joined it, that point. And that isn't, it needs to be a good 60 inches to wrap round. And that isn't 30 inches.
Right.
So I'm hoping that the extra 8 grams is going to get me a good few inches. But anyway, yeah. Oh, cool.
Very nice. So soft, that yarn as well.
I love a one skeiner as well. So so much potential.
There it is.
Right, that's all my whips. So you've got crochet corner.
I have got crochet corner. So little update. We
need a little jingle for crochet corner. I'm not going to attempt to do a jingle because, oh my god, I've been staying with Rachel for a week. We do not watch any adverts in my house, and this advert has been on. We buy any car. Oh my god, that jingle's going through my head. And I'm sat here and I'm not doing anything, and I'll be like,
and then it starts you off again.
It does, yeah. So
we're not having a jingle.
Not having a jingle.
So my Indigo Shrug, which I haven't shown for the last couple of, well, maybe the episode before last, in the garden. I've now finished all the crochet of the main body. I've sewn it together, the rectangle, to get the sleeve, get the armholes, and I'm working on a sleeve. So hopefully, it was also, I was going to bring it, but it's another thing. It's quite big and it's got a cone. So I left it at home. But I am aiming, hoping to have finished it by next time.
Yeah, as I say, we don't know 100% when next time's going to be. It could be 2 weeks, it could be a week, it could be 3 weeks. We don't know yet.
Yeah, so that's, but I have been working on it. And then I started something new. So the gelato cowl is in testing and is going to come out for the Southern Yarn Show,
which is
8th and 9th of,
right in the beginning of September.
Yeah. So when we went up last weekend, I thought I need to do some botanical yarn. You'd be using some botanical yarn. So my Mr. Bridgeton was botanical yarn, and then I had this skein of this beautiful from her hydrangea.
That's not very Sophia, is it?
Hydrangea Royal Surprise.
Maybe she's got more variety than we think of. I always think of her as the pink lady.
Yeah. So I've cast on another cowl with knitted ribbing, and then this, you wouldn't believe, I don't think, it's hard to believe, this pattern is just a modification of the gelato cowl, but it's much
different.
Yeah, thicker, like a denser pattern, and that's going to be a new pattern. So I'm gradually working away on that, but it's formed these really, I think they're really interesting. Like, it does remind me of a doily work. So yes, so that's, I don't know, you can see the repeat. It looks like lines going up. I don't know, it's difficult to, quite far away, and my back is not agreeing to this very well. I don't know if you can hold it. So my idea was that it would do this, but it's not.
I think it's the yarn is distracting
Right.
from it.
So it was plain.
Because when you look at, I can see it, but
Yeah.
then the pattern of the yarn makes my eyes go off it again.
When you're crocheting it, you don't see those splodges as.
But when you got it on this, you see on the camera.
Yeah. So anyway, it is pretty.
And you're going to need to do one in a tonal.
Yeah. I am. So yeah, so I've been working on that. That's living in a Jill's bag. And then I put it on a sock, which has not been frogged yet, but is going to be frogged and redone.
Because it needs to be on a higher, bigger gauge hook.
So the sock is okay, but the crochet part. So what I had the idea that what I wanted to do, I'm going to do, but with Bird Street yarn, is to put the gelato cowl pattern on the top of a sock. But this is BotanicalYarn, and oh, it's Antique Valentine, isn't it? So this is from Valentine's Day this year. And so you knit the cuff, cast off like you do for the ribbing of the cowls, and then I've done a little bit of the crochet at the top, and then you carry on knitting the rest of the sock. So
but you think this won't
yeah,
stretch?
Won't stretch over. It's the gelato cowl is much stretchier, looser fabric. So yeah, so I've got a bigger hook with me. I was gonna unrip that. Yeah, rip that out and start again.
Nice.
So that's my two.
It's worth doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to wear it if it doesn't.
Yeah. So I'm hoping
Find his friend with a very thin foot. If you
that's living in my woolly originals little sock bag. And I think
was that the Future Fusion one?
No, this is somebody else. It's bamboo. It's like a plant. Yarn.
Fabric. Nice.
So as soon as I finish the indigo shrug, I'm going to cast on my fade, crochet my fade. So hopefully I'll have started that by next time.
Exciting, that's exciting. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
So I have no acquisitions with me. Do you want to talk about your patterns first?
Yeah.
And then people might be just in that, but not in the...
Yeah. So I've bought a few patterns lately. I was watching a podcast with I can't remember her name. How annoying is that? Maybe it's on the pattern page. No.
Is it her pattern?
Yes.
Right.
It'll be in the. We'll pop it in the show notes. She's.
You're going to put the links into the patterns?
Yeah, I'll put the links in the patterns. So this lady's designed this Vassetto wrap. And there's the short version, but there's a longer version as well, and it's like a kimono sleeve. It's got a little textured stitch pattern.
So it looks like that, like your Hobie one you did.
That was the stocking stitch. That's a lot. This is a lot, lot bigger,
right.
Looser style. It comes in 3 sizes. Yeah, and it's a fingering weight pattern. And she was talking about it on her podcast, and then it came out on the 1st of July, so I was waiting to get that. And then, how do you say that? How do you say her name?
I can't actually read it. I'd say Lone
Kelson?
Yeah.
So, she's Huggerstrick. Huggerstrick on Ravelry, and she has an offer on her patterns all the time that if you buy 3, you get 25% off, or something like that. And I had looked at quite a few. This one had been in my favourites for a while. It's just like a little boxy tee, but it's got this pattern on it, which is knits and purls, and I am thinking of adding some mohair to the middle of these squares, just randomly.
Like I imagined the shawl would be.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I'm thinking of doing it in a neutral grey or a beigey colour, and then adding some plummy, pinky mohairs to it. And that one's Haw number 9, 19.
But we will put links to.
I'll put links to
the
them.
Ravelry,
and that comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 sizes, small to 3XL, and it fits a chest up to 56 inches. Finished measurements of 61 inches.
Right.
So you may get away.
So it's a 10-inch positive ease, isn't it?
No, 56 to 60,
Oh,
so 5
right.
inches of positive ease. But I imagine if you needed it to be larger or smaller, because it starts at a 45-inch
Right.
chest, you could take some repeats out or add repeats in of the pattern. I should think it would be fairly
Easy to do. That.
easy to do. You might just need to alter where the neck, how big the neck is. But I imagine on the pattern, the sizes, there's different neck openings and things as well. So you probably could work it out if you do a little bit of maths. So those, I've bought more patterns than that. I've also bought the new Isabel Kramer Pier 39, which looks lovely. But so I might cast on another tee before the end of the summer. So the wrap is probably going to be, the Fassetto wrap is something I'm probably going to cast on
for the autumn.
for my I might take it on holiday.
That's a good idea.
With me.
What about the yarn? What yarn are you thinking?
So I bought,
Yarn you already got?
yes, I bought a massive cone of merino cotton from Woolly Knit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a swatch in that and see what it is like.
Yeah.
Because the merino is quite rusticy. I've also got a couple of cone. I've got that grey, massive 500 gram skein.
Right. Yeah. You wound that.
I've wound it. And see how.
Wound
Do
that
you remember when I bought it? I should have compared it on the podcast.
You took my pink and wound it for me. Oh, you love me so much. I am very grateful.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get many sisters winding all your yarn for you.
No. I might start charging.
Like what? Like how much?
I don't know. I was thinking not monetary.
Oh, okay.
Like you've got to proofread some patterns for me or something like that.
That's a good idea.
I
was going to say, it's like we treat you for dinner every time you come to our house.
But that was because I bought fuel to come to your house all the time. Let's not go into that.
No.
Okay, so should we move on to acquisitions?
Yeah.
Now, so thank you to everybody who
Stuck
this far, and if you're not interested in my purchases, then that's fine. I understand that not everybody
and
is.
I forgot to bring mine with me because we did leave in a bit of a hurry in the end.
So Botanical Yarn is now selling Redesigned Project bags.
So we were there last weekend.
The bigger one,
the daddy.
I've
got the baby, you've got the mum.
Yeah, and I couldn't resist, and she was giving us quite a nice discount for going to her open studio, and it was the perfect opportunity.
I wish I'd realised that.
To buy him.
He's gorgeous.
So
she doesn't do the walnut, does she then?
No, she does the lighter one. So this is the medium, and that's the medium fits inside the large one.
Is there anything extra?
No, you get the little tape measure pouch, which I think is.
I don't think I've got pockets on all four sides of mine.
Both of mine have got pockets on all four sides. You do get this with it, which I don't think you got with yours.
No, I got that with my zippy one.
You get a massive
bag to go take to a yarn show
Yeah.
and fill with yarn. You keep that in there? Oh, I suppose you're not
I
using
haven't
it yet.
used it yet, no. I might put everything in.
Yeah.
And then I also bought some yarn. It started off with this one, which is a one-of-a-kind mohair silk.
Beautiful.
And they're just my colours, I just love it.
It's you and a skein of mohair, isn't it?
That might have to go with on the sweater. No.
Yeah. It would be lovely if you had the pink.
The pink big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I've also got a cone of coast.
Ah, that'd be lovely.
Mm.
And something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was that one, and then this one with it. So I was thinking those two together for something.
Is that one of her core collection? Or?
Oh no, it was the
Sakura leaf. It was the cherry blossom.
Yeah, that's non-superwash. So the same as I'm knitting the Morris, one skein Morris in.
That's lovely.
Love those. And then I also saw this one and couldn't resist this. And that's another one of a kind. So Sophie was obviously experimenting on mohair, and
lovely.
I love that.
Gorgeous.
I see this with an undyed held together to make a cowl or something. And then I also bought some more another cable, and I bought some stitch markers from Unwrapped Yarn. I'm using one on my Morris. So these were her,
like through time.
Yeah, we were trying to think of a name for them. They're kind of like each step of her business development. So she started off, that was the first stitch marker she ever made, with a little sheep on the wood, and then she tried the plastic, then clear plastic, and then she made some buttons for pom-poms, like to go inside a pom-pom. They were bigger than this, but they were for children's hat kit.
That's so cute.
And that was my favourite, the little teddy bear.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah, so that was my purchases from the open day. And then on the Sunday, we met off my friend Sue, who was very excited about meeting the other twin. So Sue and I
work together.
We don't work together. We work for the same company, and during the pandemic, they'd arranged for random people to meet up and have a coffee over Teams. Everybody was saying the bit they missed about not being in the office was like their random conversations you have with people at the coffee bar and whatever. So they organised this, and the first one that they did, only Sue and I turned up. So we had a nice long chat. We worked out that we both like crafting. We had a lot in common. And then when I came up to York before, we met for coffee. And this time we had more time on Sunday, so we met Sue for lunch in a really nice little cafe, Olivia's Tea Room on the
near Selby,
A19 near Selby. If you're ever up that way, very very nice little cafe.
The difference between the small and the large chips is significant.
Yeah, we had he looked very very young.
Yes,
the guy who was serving us. And it made me think they were using child labour, but then I don't know, maybe a 13-year-old boy does look quite young. But anyway, we asked him. So the chips, the small was £3 and the large was £4.50, and the day before we'd been and shared
Yeah.
chips, and there weren't. I didn't. In my opinion, there was not enough for sharing. So we asked him, and he said, "Oh, there's not much difference between the two."
So do you have large?
So I had large and Rachel had small. The small ones came in what you would like those silver little cups
That you
that
get
you
normally
get
get
everywhere.
Yeah.
The large came. It was in it was in a big soup bowl. They were huge amount of chips.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we met Sue, and Sue gifted us.
I didn't bring
You didn't bring yours. She gifted us some pouches that she'd made.
leather
pouches. So there's three each.
I know.
In
our colours.
In our colours.
So mine are blue, navy blue.
So there's 3 different
Sizes.
sizes. These two are similar. They've got like a boxy bottom.
And that's more like a pencil case.
Yeah.
This is for keeping crochet hooks in. This is what it's designed for.
Yeah. And they've all got linings. It's just
Amazing.
amazing. We were blown away.
We were.
Especially you, because you haven't
I know.
met her.
I've met before.
But she watches the podcast, so hi Sue. It was lovely to spend some time with you. We had a
It
great
was.
time. Yeah. Just amazing.
Yeah.
Very impressive. I don't think I could sew. I mean, I don't sew, but I can sew. I can't imagine like how it is to sew leather.
And she made the pom-poms.
Well, she
and
obviously
tassels.
does do quilting, so sewing straight is probably one of her skills.
Yeah. I like the flat, the floral.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. And you could get a sock in that one.
Yeah.
You probably get a sock in that one. No, you. Right, I'm very.
Yeah. And then just
dehydrated.
one last little bit. So yesterday,
We
in
went
the afternoon,
to-
we had lunch,
Mhm.
and then we went to
The
the yarn dispensary in Faversham. And we had lovely hour were we there?
Yeah.
And I saw this yarn, which I haven't seen before. Have
Which
you seen
is-
it before?
I've seen it before, but not the tonal, not as just the
So these are
shop all.
Shopple cotton ball, and that's gonna be a Simon, another Simon. Love it.
Yeah.
And they always have a little. That's got a price on, but they always have a little thing that shows you what it
Knits like.
knits up like. Oh,
Didn't
I'll
show the
just-
price.
Yeah. So that you couldn't see very much of it. So that's quite a tonal dark, and then
It's quite stripy, doesn't it?
yeah, and then that. Oh.
Of course, it's different when you have slip stitches. It doesn't necessarily make it look stripy.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And also you're knitting on a bigger scale than a.
Yeah, then a sock
Yeah.
or whatever. So that will be the Simon.
Lovely.
And then, well, I was struggling one night to choose the colour to go with
Yeah.
that, because this was my favourite, and I was struggling to choose which one. So I also saw this one, and we decided this.
Yeah.
But then I got 2 of those to knit shorts, and that'll be it could be a top,
Yeah.
it could be a shawl.
That's where your eyes were first drawn to.
Yeah.
And I said go
With the first choice.
with your first choice. Yeah.
So that was the first choice, and the colourways are Rosarium. That one's called. Schwartz Abita, black something. And this one is
Schwarzenegger.
Sand Amia.
Oh.
So all that information will be in the show notes.
Yeah.
And yeah, watch this space to
Yeah.
see what we think of the yarn. Looking it up.
Perfect.
That's it.
It is.
So
Thanks everybody for watching. Bit of a weird one, I think. Not weird, it's not a word. A bit of a the lighting isn't great or really,
well,
but...
we're on location and it always
Yeah.
used to have less control over things.
So now we're going over to the boat to sit and chat and knit, have some lunch, and we will be back possibly, maybe 3 weeks time, I think.
So we've got the beginning of August next week.
And then Jo goes to 4 days a
I
week.
go to 4 days a week.
Yay. But she's been at my house now for 10, well, but we've been away for both weekends.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say that Mark's, not that Mark, you even irritate Mark. I probably irritate him more than you do. Definitely did before we left, that's for sure. But
you were irritating everybody before you left.
It's my role in your life.
I think it's the retiree who takes long time. It doesn't have a time limit on most things.
And I honestly thought we were leaving at a different time, and I ended up with 5 minutes to get everything together. Make a coffee. Didn't have to make a coffee, fair enough. But... Anyway. I smudged all my...
No, you haven't, you're fine.
So yeah, so we're... It's going to be weird without you.
Yeah, we're probably not going to see each other for a couple of weeks. And then, oh, sorry about the big bus going past. Lorry going past.
It's the bin man.
And then it'll be back to normal scheduling.
But we were going to do a Zoom.
Yes.
So I am going to put it out there.
Next Saturday?
Yeah. I think it's the 3rd.
Yes, it is.
So August 3rd at
8 o'clock.
8 p.m. And I will organise a Zoom code, and it will be in the description box below when you do the show notes.
Cool.
And yeah, and hopefully we'll see
a few people.
Yeah,
next Saturday.
The sun's come out for us, just really leaving. So yeah, so great. We can catch up with all of you, with as many as want to join in.
Are you going to put it on Instagram as well?
Yeah.
But it'll be in the Zoom link. Will be in the show notes.
Yeah. Cool. So I'll put a link to the pod.
Yeah.
And they can also put the Zoom code on. No. The link to the podcast episode.
I think we need to make it so that people who want to come on it
make an
effort to find it.
Yeah.
We don't want to just put it out there and have
random. Well,
the men who keep asking for pictures, we don't want them.
Well, I don't get any of them.
So coming on. Right.
I need men asking for my old books.
Well, thank you for sharing this.
And this actually isn't going to go up
day
until
with
we
us.
get back to my house.
Yeah.
Because
we have very poor Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Are they not even at Mandy's? Was it poor?
I don't know, but I don't want to leave have my phone just sat
No.
loading up. So we'll do it when we get back.
We don't need this conversation on camera.
We don't. I know we don't, but people like our little witchery.
They do. So yeah, thanks everybody. Yeah. We have loved sharing our latest things with you, and we will
see you
catch
again
you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like and subscribe. Comment below. Let us know what you think of crocheted socks with bobbles, mohair placement, sewing in ends. Yeah. Different types of yarn. Just let us know. We're interested.
We are. What you're knitting on. We'd love to hear it all.
Yeah.
So take care and happy knitting.
Yeah. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.